All right. Hello, you guys. This is Cindy with Getting Artsy with Cindy on Monday nights. I can already see some people have already hopped on and have been chatting about what we're going to do today. So we have we have three older stamp sets that are hot air balloons, and we have a die, just all kinds of hot air balloon stuff. And it's been a while since I pulled these out, and I thought it would really be fun to kind of go back in time and pull this out and play with it a little bit. So we're going to do a little paper piecing, and we're going to get kind of messy with some little grunge type stuff. And I'm going to show you some other inspiration, some things with the dies. So if you have not seen these, again, we've had these sets a while. I love them, and I just haven't played with them in a while. So we have, this one is just hot air balloon. This was I think my very first hot air balloon stamp that I did. I do it over here. There we go. And I love this kind of look. And I don't know if you guys have looked on Pinterest at all lately. And if you look up, what is it? Steampunk hot air balloons. And it's kind of a really cool look. And that's what kind of gave me the inspiration to play with this today. And especially with this one. And then we have, this one is Balloon Tangle. And I kind of did this one back when like the Zentangling was really hot and happening and stuff. That's what I did with this. This little stamp here is awesome for paper piecing, and we're going to do that today. And then this one, Lift Your Spirits. I love this one. It's got special delivery, a note to lift your spirits, lifting you up in prayer, you raise me up, love is in the air. I like this one for like a baby announcement, and then or just like a get well, like just telling someone you're thinking about them kind of a thing. So what is also awesome, and some of you might not know this, some of you may have this set. We've had it a while, but the die that comes with this actually cuts all three stamp sets. So it's really cool. And this one actually has the magnet in it. Some do and some don't have the magnet already in it, which is kind of fun too. So, all right, so this is what we're going to play with. And I don't have it all totally planned out. This is going to be get messy and just see what happens. That's kind of fun to do sometimes. So, the other thing is the balloon die. Love this balloon die. There's an example on the back. And I actually have that card. Oh, I don't have that one particularly with me. Yes, I do. Oh, similar. This one, it's using the foil as the front. And then I just cut some of the balloons out behind it. So the balloon paper just kind of follows that shape. It's not paper pieced, it's sitting behind the die, which is cool. Isn't that fun thing? This one is true paper piecing. Again, we're going to do that with the smaller stamp. So what you do with this one is you cut it out of your white, then you cut the same thing out of blue and green and all these different colors, and you piece it back together like a little puzzle. So takes a little time. This isn't one you're going to do right, like sit down and do in a minute. So, and another one is a very easy kind of a format. We're going to play with watercolor paper. We're going to make some tags and just kind of create some backgrounds. And that's how this one can work. This is just one big watercolor. You can see the messy side on the back. One big watercolor piece of paper, and then grunge it up, and then you put the die right over the top, and it looks really cool. So I wanted to show those three cards. We're not going to do anything with this one, but I wanted to show you guys that because we don't have enough time to play with all of them. And I am watching you guys on YouTube. Ava says inlay die cutting is always worth the effort. It really is. And once you start doing it, it's really fun. We're going to do it on a very small scale. So I think what we're going to do is play with the hot air balloons themselves first. And then we'll work on the backgrounds. So let's just turn this around and get started. So, okay, I have my mat out here. It's already grungy, ready to go. What I did, because I can't do all of it in a short amount of time, I've stamped and foiled some things. I wanted to have a couple that were hot foil, and we can do a whole hot foiling, with the heat embossing some other time, but I wanted to go ahead and do a couple so we could apply these to our tags. So those are just the little mini ones. And all of these have a mini, well, not the first one. No, they all do. They all have a mini one too. So this one has this mini, the striped, and this one has a little flower. They all have a cloud. They all have the big one. So that's, yeah. So that is that. So I have those. I also just cut a background out of one of the little ones. Not sure if we'll use that. Could be kind of a cool shadow to one of the little balloons. Then for the paper piecing part, I stamped on a bunch of different patterns. So you can see the lines on here. We're going to cut those apart. And the easiest way to paper piece when you're building up something like this is to put an adhesive on the back. So I just used this Elizabeth Craft like double-sided tape. So I put it on the back of the paper, then I stamped it, and then I used the balloon die to cut them out, and then we will separate the itsy bitsy pieces. And I cut a base because maybe we build it on that. I'm not sure yet. And then our base we're going to do tags. And I have a couple that are out of watercolor paper. You could use like a mixed media paper. And then I love this. This is the back of our new line. This is the Coastal Getaway Santorini paper. And the back of it, look at this. Isn't that going to be beautiful on the back of a tag? So we're going to play with that. I also thought it would be fun to play with stencils. I know I have a lot in my head going on here. So all of these were making me think about this hot air balloon stuff. So and of course we've got the clouds, and here's a couple more bases. So we haven't cut all those out. So I know my mind is going 1,000 directions. So I think to slow things down, the easiest thing to start with without getting too messy is the paper piecing. And I thought we would, I'm going to build the paper piecing on this one, because the back of this might, if I want this to look kind of like sky or look like you're seeing through it, I think it might be really cool if we build it and then we put it on here, and then that part just looks like it's coming through to the back. So this is the balloon we're going to build on, and we're going to play with some different colors. I also have some distress ink out to just really kind of see where we want to go with this. This is a really good time for me to have my glasses, and hey sister, do you know where my glasses are? Missy. Oh, no, she's in the other room. Missy, my sister, is like awesome. She is here helping me get ready for the trade show in Collinsville. Are any of you guys going to? That's right outside of St. Louis, and it is this coming weekend. I actually leave Wednesday, so Missy is here helping me pull samples for the sample boards, fill the bins with all the product. Tomorrow I will load up my minivan for a 10 by 25 foot trade show booth, and it all fits in my van, believe it or not. I'm going to cut a bunch of pieces out, and then I think we'll play with, once we have them, we'll kind of play with it and see what we think. So I may be off on the lines a little bit since I couldn't find my glasses, so that's all right. Okay. Do any of you guys have a sister like that? They'll just come and help you with anything. She's amazing. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. There we go. Okay. don't think we'll need the flag. Again, I'm not sure all the pieces that we're going to need. Let's not cut all of those out. Let's cut, I think, a bright yellow banner. Really be cute. So now to cut well along these lines, I'm just slowly cutting down on the scissors and rotating it as I go, instead of just going like chop, chop, chop. Then it'll look messy. Okay. So the wobble effect. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so she was just asking, oh, that would be great. So we just did a card, and I'm going to have these available to sell. They're not, I don't have them packaged yet, but these little wobbles, if we put it on the back of this, it's going to wiggle when we add it to the background, which thank you, Tinkerbell, for mentioning that. We did a wobble with one of our other cards, and it was so cute. So that would be really perfect on here. Okay. All right, I think this light to be against that blue is going to be better. Then we've got this. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, I think the yellow basket also. Okay, definitely the yellow basket. Let's go ahead and attach that right now. So we can have one piece done. So I'm just going to peel this back. You can use your glue, but I mean, this just makes it so much easier. It's all ready to go. And by stamping the background, you have a base. Then you're literally just adding the little pieces on. And I really do think I want this yellow here. I'll wait. Look how cool this is too. So where do we want that? Maybe up here. Uh-oh, lost the line. Where is it? And maybe the end one too. All these, I mean, we're going to have all these pieces, so you could literally build a couple different ones. And maybe just some solid in here. Kind of break it up a little bit. I think we need a yellow flag. This piece is going to be a little hard to handle. Like very hard to handle. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. About lost it. It's alright, I saved it. There. That works. And change this up a little bit more. that, and then I'm going to do the purples. In here. Where else did my purples go? So this is half the fun, is just playing with this. And one more purple. And then we will finish this one. Okay. All right, let's start placing these on here. So the fun of paper piecing, here we go. Okay, if you start to get in the wrong spot, it's kind of too late. Stay in there. It's kind of like that dark color right there. And then we will play with the backgrounds. So we're just lining it up along there. I have to show you another one I did with the Groovy collection. I mean, this is a little bit more. Okay. Pokey tool, scissors, there we go. So did some of you say you guys have done the paper piecing? I think a couple of you mentioned you did. Alright, it's not going to work with my nails. Since we're using that, I mean, I kind of like that pattern in there too, but since we're using it as a background for the whole tag, then I think we need to fill it in. Here we go. So there is our balloon. I think that's really cute. Now, if you want, and I kind of do, I'm going to kind of grunge this up a little bit around the edges, whether to use black. Okay, I'm going to move some of these pieces. So we will do another one of these. Look, all these pieces, we can build a whole nother balloon. I am not throwing anything away. They will go together in something else. Okay. But I think this needs to have some dark around the edges. Actually, I'm maybe going to use the black. And can't even pick this up. Let's do a little blue in here. I just wanted it to be a little more grungy feeling. And these are two different inks. I probably shouldn't have used the same brush, but I'm fine with that. Okay, let's, so I want to build it on this background for this one. And I want to add some fun textures to this. So actually, I'm going to use this. This is our grunge stencil. And just want some things happening in the background of this. Okay, so we got that going on. And then we do have these clouds. I told you I wasn't, I'm just winging it here. For this, we're using all kinds of mediums. I do have a white ink pad, but I want it to be a little darker white. I've just pulled out a little bit of white paint. And that looks good. What's nice about this one, the stencil, you've got these big edges that you could play with, and then you've got these little pieces and you've got these floating ones. So that's kind of cool too. But I think I'm just using those for now. Make this a little darker. There. All right, just for something fun and different. And then let's move this out of the way. That's kind of looking fun. All right, we're gonna have this on here floating. We're definitely gonna need to use one of those wobbles. Okay, we just need one to make this pop up. And then we do need to stamp a sentiment or word or something on here. And what do I want to use? Journey. I'm going to use Journey on here. You can see, okay, this is so yellow because this set is from 2013. I have had this a while. If you have it near the sun and stuff, it can change colors eventually. Okay. Well, let's get a different misty out that doesn't have my things in it. Okay. I think I want this just up the side. And let's do it like this. Okay, that really does look ugly, that color, but just ignore that. I also tend to not wash my stamps very often. And we use our Dare to Be Artsy black ink. Our black is, our Totally Black is a hybrid. Our black and brown are. They work great with alcohol markers or watercolor. They don't bleed. I like that. And I know I will wash that later. Maybe. Okay. I really like this with the clouds. And we can back this up too. I kind of want more black around the edges again. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper around the background. So this is going to give me a darker. You could add this to a scrapbook page. You could make it a slimline card. I used our slimline dies for this outside border for the shape of this, or our slim mini. But I also think it could be cool just as a tag and hang it off a gift or something. Okay. These are, if you're wondering, most of mine are from Picket Fence, the little pouncers. That's where I got those from. Okay, I like this. All right, so we have this that we're going to add, and then we've got our little gold one that we can put. Actually, since it's smaller, it needs to be in the background, so it's just going to float back up in here. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of color. To that. And I had paper towel. Let's see. I can spritz that and take some of that off. So I just gave that a lot more texture to it. So you've got your gold, but you've got that kind of fun blue in the background. So that's going to sit back here. And for that one, we will pop it a little bit. And then this one, let's wobble. So these actually have sticky on them. It wobbles. And we could add a little color. I want that a little bit narrower. And I wonder if I have black. Actually, really dark blue. Well, maybe we'll go with purple. But it's a little bit wide. I just want it to be a hint. So I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. Right now we are at 3, so let's go 3 1/4. Yeah. Okay, you guys are just creating right along with me. And I have my glue press here, but I don't have my smaller glue handy. Here we go. Cute, cute, cute. And we can punch a hole and add a ribbon, but I want to go ahead and play with the other hot air balloon. I just want to do something else with the backgrounds of and do another little background with you guys real quick, because I know we're on our time. Let's see. Okay. So I want to jazz up the background of this watercolor paper. I'm going to take my distressed oxides. I already have a little bit of black on here. We've got 2 blues, or a blue and a purple. I'm going to spritz this. Put some color on here. And then we are going to take our heat gun, which I could barely find over here on the desk. And I want it to have kind of multiple blues and purples. So I'm just hitting it again because I want it to be darker. Okay. Just got a little bit of black. With this, you just kind of have fun with it. Right, I think that's enough for this one, but I already have this already cut. I'm not going to, and we got this big pile of ink. So let's just pick this up. You can use this later for something else. Don't need it to go to waste. Oh, that's just nice, just even light. All right, so don't know what I'll use this for, but while you have the color out, you might as well use it, right? Okay. We'll just pick the rest up. All right, for this one, no, this one needs to go blue too. Let's trim this one down. Black would be good too. And so let's glue this. So I know this is not, for some of you, you do not like the messy thing, you know, getting kind of grungy and stuff. But remember, our name is Dare to be Artsy, so try something new. If you haven't done it, just try it. You may love it. You may hate it. Sometimes it's just kind of freeing to be able to just do something different. Try and put a little bit more glue on there. Maybe for this one, I will actually make it more like a tag. Cut off a corner. Now to get the corner the exact same size, I'm going to just flip it over. Hold it in that corner. Line up my scissors without cutting my nail. There we go. Well, that totally didn't work. I moved it. Okay. Gonna cheat. Alright, there we go. Then we could just punch a hole and add a ribbon to this. Do the big one. Alright, so this could be a real tag. And for this one, I am going to really play with some markers and run. I'm starting out with this light color, but we're going to kind of muddy it up. Just coloring right. I wanted that texture behind it, so that's why I stamped it on this other piece. This is kind of fast grunge. Let's add some purple in here. This is kind of playing up this kind of old look. A little red. Bringing the purple in. So just having fun with it. And it was a totally different kind of a look that we're going with. And I'm going to do that. I almost want to put some color, maybe ink back in here. No, it didn't really stick, but that's okay. Gonna have that sitting on here. We need a word, and I think I'm going to use adventure. I think we'll just put it at the bottom. So we just started out with just cutting a bunch of pieces and playing with it, and just to see where it went. And that was our adventure for today. And I am going to, I think I'll just make that two different. Just going to have this kind of sitting behind it. So I hope this kind of inspired you guys to try something different. Many of you probably have already done this. Just wanted to show you a few different things to get you thinking. And then I don't think we're going to worry about the wobble again. Let's just pop this up. And the colors are just, you know, usually I do stuff with water, with hot air balloons that are really bright, just, you know, almost primary colors. But I thought this kind of gives it a whole different feel. Then add a ribbon to that, isn't that fun? So we've got that tag. And this one. So it gives you kind of something fun to look at. Now, let me show you real quick. So I had paper pieced before. I told you I like bright colors. My Groovy line is really bright and cheery. So I left all these pieces in here. Here's one of the balloons I did with our Groovy line. Isn't that fun with the flowers and stuff? So I just wanted to show you something totally different. And again, I'm not going to throw any of my other pieces away because I'll just add them to this and I can build these, paper piece these together. This stamp set just makes the paper piecing so much easier. I mean, you could still do it with some of these other things, but by having these lines, it's like, oh wow, that makes it fun and easy. So I hope you guys enjoyed that today. Next week, I should be here next Monday. My daughter and my 3 grandbabies are coming to town. So maybe we'll be doing a kid project with you guys next week. So anyway, also if you are local, we're actually, if you go to our website and you have kids from the age of 5 to 10, I'm going to be doing with my daughter. We're going to do a little summer kind of a little craft camp for 2 hours on a Friday and 2 hours on a Saturday. You can pick which one you want to do, but it'll be really fun if you guys have, kids or grandkids at that age and you're local to the Overland Park area. So we'd love to see you guys. So enjoy this. Have an awesome week, and I dare you guys to be artsy.